Can Rangers end Celtic's domestic bliss? The new Rangers manager is here, but watches it from the stand. Celtic have won all 3 League and Cup meetings this season. It's the old firm game from the Ladbrokes Premiership. Kick-off midday. The Celtic have a 24-point advantage over Aberdeen. The 33-point chasm between Rangers and the leaders was described by Walter Smith in our programme last week as unacceptable. Rangers former manager Mark Warburton lost every time he went toe-to-toe with Brendan Rodgers. A humiliating 5-1 defeat here in the Ladbrokes Premiership was followed by another dominant Celtic performance, albeit with a late winner at Hampden Park. Then in Hogmanay, Celtic came from behind to win at Ibrox. Moussa Dembele scored in all 3 games.
Derbies don't really get bigger or better than this one in Glasgow. Celtic make 1 change from the St Mirren Cup tie. James Forrest is back after missing 2 games with a knee injury. Gary McKay-Stephen makes way. Moussa Dembele has scored 5 goals in 3 games against Rangers, including a hat-trick here in September. Scott Sinclair has scored 2 in 3 Old Firm games, including the New Year winner at Ibrox. But Rangers have an Old Firm talisman too in Kenny Miller, 7 goals in his last 10 games against Celtic, his former club. Rob Kiernan and Joe Garner are suspended. Lee Hodson and Danny Wilson come in. There's an Old Firm initiation for Emerson Hyndman. Andy Halliday and John Terrell miss out with hamstring and back problems. Patrick Roberts was certainly an impact sub against St Mirren. He's on the bench again. David Bates, Josh Windass and Joe Dodoo come on to the Rangers bench. It's the 4th Old Firm game this season. It's been Celtic, Celtic, Celtic so far. And Rangers stop the rot and give Pedro Caixinha something to work on, Andy.
Well, as always, a fabulous occasion, Ian. Extraordinary atmosphere. Must be impressive to Caixinha. And he has to see something from his players. They've been second best all season. Just wonder if they'll get a lift with him here.
Barry McKay did well to fend off Bitton initially. As Rangers tried swiftly to ensure they were on the front foot. Jason Holt steps in here. And the first free kick. Frantic out there, nothing that we didn't expect.
Well, I think Kenny Miller has to be careful, even just to give the idea that you're completely out of control in a challenge. Look at Miller here, 2 feet off the ground. Armstrong actually does well just to get out of the way.
Waghorn,
Brilliant touch.
terrific control. He then ran into Bitton, and there's going to be a yellow card shown to Martin Waghorn.
Well, the touch here was fabulous from Waghorn. Then it becomes a 50-50, and he misses the ball completely. It's a really sore one for Bitton. And to be fair to Bobby Madden, he's right on it.
Martin Waghorn has to tread carefully. Easier said than done on a day like this.
Well, we say often of how important discipline is.
Dembele. It's a rather weak effort from Dembele, having wriggled clear of Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson should be doing better here. You can see what Dembele did. Came in front and then went in behind. Doesn't get any power in the shot.
Sviatchenko, Brown. Jason Holt catching Scott Brown. And they collided a few minutes ago as well.
Well, again, it's a loose ball. Brown gets to it first. Holt's foot is high.
Lustig perfectly picks out Moussa Dembele, and his touch let him down.
Well, he knows he's passed up a great opportunity there. Normally his first touch is really secure. Look at the movement. Gets away, in behind Hill, away from Wilson. That first touch there lacking. Eyes focused on the ball.
Pedro Caixinha watching on with Pedro Mendes, who knows a thing or two about these games. Scored an absolute screamer in one of them. Miller, and it's found a way through to Martin Waghorn. Some save from Craig Gordon. The biggest moment of the match so far. Tavernier's cross, and Waghorn unable to steer that goalwards.
Terrible mistake from Boyata here. Look how he loses this ball as it's played forward. He thinks Miller's going to head it, and then Waghorn strikes it really well.
Hyndman bounces off Brown. James Forrest on his way. Options available. Forrest is taken out by Clint Hill. It's going to be a free kick in a highly promising position for Celtic.
Well, Holt's complaining to the referee. He was caught off the ball with Scott Brown again. But Wilson going for the ball, misjudges it. This is a perfect spot for Celtic. Very central. Well, here's the off-the-ball challenge with Holt and Brown. Brown just throwing his arm round to Holt.
It is Stuart Armstrong! Foderingham might have got a touch, but it cannons off the post, nearly.
Yeah, I think it went through the gap in the wall. Look at that slight gap there. And I think Foderingham was inviting him to put it on that side.
Miller rising. Hyndman. McKay. 15 for Craig Gordon. McKay scored a stunner against Celtic in the Scottish Cup last season. A little too close for comfort.
No pace in that ball from Sviatchenko, almost putting Boyata in trouble.
Boyata. Near Bitton. Tierney. Dembele. Lustig will be onto this. Encouraging for Celtic. Can they make it happen? Brown. Lustig again. Stopped by Wallace.
Yeah, really good play from Dembele just to switch the point of attack there, coming short, seeing the space for Lustig and giving him that diagonal ball. Should have been a better delivery.
Jason Holt miscued his clearance. Forrest. Armstrong! Smashed in by Stuart Armstrong. A goal that means so much in a game that means so much, and Celtic do have Rangers where they want them.
Well, he generates so much power with such a short backlift here. Rangers are on the back foot as soon as Forrest gets on the ball. Armstrong makes that angle for a bit of space, but it's the power in the shot. I think it's taken everyone by surprise. Armstrong waiting for that small cut back and then generating that amount of power right into the corner, and too much for Foderingham. Celtic can do that to you, whether it's Dembele or Sinclair. Armstrong there, what a threat he is.
Celtic Park is bouncing. Brown moved in on Hodson. Bit of juggling from the Celtic captain. He was then caught by Tavernier, and that's going to be a yellow card for Tavernier.
Well, these are needless. These yellow cards are mounting now for Rangers. A few players picking up a yellow. Tavernier there. Poor challenge.
Waghorn, Wilson and Tavernier all booked. Final 5 minutes of this first half. Celtic hungry for a second. Rangers hoping to stand firm. Scott Sinclair will float this one in. Lustig made contact. It's Armstrong again, but it's straight through to Foderingham this time. Wallace sent that to Dembele, who has it back now. Wilson steers it away as the Rangers fans.
Yeah, Wallace has got to be grateful here to Wilson. Dembele trying to lift it over him. You can see it hits him square on the chest. That's good defending.
The Celtic fans cried handball. It wasn't. A tale of two chances, really. Martin Waghorn didn't take his. Decent save from Craig Gordon. A moment of magic from Stuart Armstrong has given Celtic the advantage here, even though Rangers have done quite well. It's Celtic 1, Rangers 0. Martin Waghorn denied by a brilliant save from Craig Gordon. And then Stuart Armstrong blasted Celtic in front. Celtic by no means at their best. Rangers have kept some of their big players quiet, but still they have a job on their hands here, trailing in this latest Glasgow derby.
And McGregor coming on, I think Brendan Rodgers can trust him. He played ever so well in the game at Ibrox. Been that challenge from Waghorn when Bitton that he was unable to shake off earlier in the first half.
Hill underneath that. Miller, Waghorn. Tavernier arriving. Tierney unable to turn it away yet, but does so at the second attempt. Hodson has Tavernier and Holt nearby. And Waghorn. Goal kick. Scott Brown moved in to sort things out for Celtic.
Yeah, you actually don't want that Waghorn coming short for the throw-in. Want him in the box.
Celtic have only conceded 4 goals at home in the Scottish Premiership this season. Rangers did manage a goal here in September from Joe Garner, suspended today. Tavernier. Waghorn, can he move away from Sviatchenko? Not quite, but a very uncomfortable moment for Eric Sviatchenko. Hill is going to be the latest to receive a yellow card.
Yeah, I think he's unlucky here. Dembele just loses control, he just stands there. I don't think it may be a foul, certainly not worth a yellow.
The 4th Rangers player to be booked. Scott Sinclair over this free kick. Sinclair whipping it in, steered away by Clint Hill. Kieran Tierney will come across to take this. Tierney. Armstrong. Tierney skipping away from Tavernier. McGregor. unable to make the contact that would have counted.
Brilliant from Tierney. Really inventive and smart. Lovely nutmeg inside the box here.
Celtic biding their time. Sinclair. Smuggled it through to Armstrong! And Foderingham with a vital touch.
Yeah, again on his left side, generates so much power. I think you're right, Foderingham did get a touch. Tierney wanted it there. That's a lovely reverse pass by Sinclair. And going for the far corner. Foderingham does well to turn it round. There's a lot of power behind that shot. Armstrong on his left side, so comfortable.
Dembele. Lustig. Armstrong! Almost delivering again. Foderingham equal to that. Goal kick is the verdict there.
Yeah, I think a few of the Celtic fans thought he was pointing to the penalty spot. It's a really good effort from Armstrong. There's a bit of pace in the ball, but it's more about accuracy, trying to guide it away into the top corner. Fine save from Foderingham. As that ball just broke, Dembele's on the chase here, confronted by Tavernier. I think it's a slip there from Tavernier that just connects with Dembele.
Chasing this. Nobody really guarding Waghorn in there. And Gordon makes another big save for Celtic.
Brilliant from Gordon. See how he moved towards Waghorn to narrow the angle. What a save.
Very Gordon winning that duel, but Celtic were standing like statues as Kenny Miller chased that.
Well, Miller did so well to catch this ball, to keep it in play. There he goes in behind. He was in an offside position, but that's not an offence. But what a save that is from Gordon. Look at the movement to narrow the angle. Makes his body as big as possible, and no wonder he's delighted with himself.
Forrester will be on next for Rangers. Here's Hodson. Miller flicked it on. Lustig steered it away from Windass. And Jason Holt has won it back superbly. Oh, and it's just dropped away from goal as Celtic look for a free kick.
Well, Lustig has been booked here for his protests. He thinks that's a foul. I've got to say, I think he's right. He won the ball hold. That's got to be a foul. Comes over the top of the ball, takes the man. Pretty reckless, but Holt took advantage with the pop at goal. Just a yard or so wide.
Good old up and under. Sviatchenko away, then Brown. Then Roberts, and now Griffiths. Here's Moussa Dembele. Sinclair in the middle. Dembele! Roberts isn't quite going to retrieve that.
It was a brilliant pass from Griffiths. And Dembele, only one thought in his mind. How can I get a yard of space here to get a shot away?
Hyndman. Free kick given against Brown.
Hyndman did well. Got so close to Scott Brown there. Giving his team a chance again to put the pressure on.
Tavernier ready to deliver this. What Rangers would give for an equaliser here. Tavernier takes, away by Dembele, back to Tavernier. Here's Hyndman! What a save from Gordon! But Clint Hill arrived to put it away! An equaliser for Rangers! season to mostly forget. A moment to cherish.
Tavernier does ever so well here. I thought he made the wrong option. He's getting in where all the bodies are. But his forward pass is absolutely magnificent. Look at Tavernier here. He's got a man out wide, but that pass there, absolutely brilliant. And Hyndman's shot brought out a terrific save yet again from Gordon. But he couldn't hold it. And Hill's there to follow up. Rangers throwing men forward in numbers. And Hill takes advantage.
And Clint Hill in the right place at the right time to score his 5th Rangers goal. And that's what it means to Graham Murty as he prepares to step down. At the age of 38, I'm not sure Clint ever thought he'd be playing in a game like this. But he's loving his time in Glasgow, especially today. Hyndman now played his part. Free kick for Rangers.
Well, they're on the ascendancy here. You wonder whether there's going to be another goal in these last few minutes. Maybe 3 minutes of injury time.
Final minute of the 90. Lee Griffiths might be in here though. Clint Hill's challenge, and he had to get that right. Griffiths isn't sure he did. But Bobby Madden gives nothing.
This is a huge call for Bobby Madden. Who gets the ball first here? Griffiths waiting to pull the trigger. I think he gets the man before he touches the ball. I think that's a penalty.
Rangers rather relieved to get away with that. Now looking for a chance of their own. Free kick for Celtic. And a huge call in the final minute of the 90 by Bobby Madden.
Yeah, I think it's a penalty. There you see the grappling, but he plays on. Griffiths pulling the trigger. He comes through the man, and Griffiths loses his balance because of the touch from Hill.
3 minutes of stoppage time. McGregor. Brown. Sviatchenko. Tierney. Windass. Free kick. Celtic. McGregor. Roberts. Handed by Wallace. He's kept going, Patrick Roberts. Tierney. Roberts. Griffiths, very deep. Wallace first to that, but here's McGregor. You wouldn't be surprised if there was even more late drama here. But time is nearly up. Tierney, Dembele. Rangers close to becoming only the second side to deny Celtic victory in Scottish football this season. Inverness the other. But you can never be too sure on these days until you hear that final whistle. Brown. Tierney takes over. Griffiths! Bounces off Dembele. Extraordinary goings on, and it's not away yet. Forrester providing some relief for Rangers.
Fabulous drama right at the end of the match. But I think Rangers have done enough to get a point. Tierney there, keeping the ball into the box. Griffiths gets a really good strike, but just look at the amount of bodies protecting Foderingham there.
Lustig. Here's Griffiths. Hyndman in the way. How the Rangers stop the rot of Derby defeat. this season, or will Celtic have the last laugh here if there's time? Away by Wilson. Sinclair, Hodson got across, and that is that. And fair play to Graham Murty in his final game in charge. Rangers hung on in there, got their equaliser in dramatic fashion from Clint Hill. It's given Pedro Caixinha something to work on for sure as he watched from above. Stuart Armstrong fired Celtic into the lead, but they just weren't able to put the game to bed despite dominating for a fair chunk of that second half. But Rangers did start the game quite well and finished it strongly and got their reward in the end. The latest derby between these two fierce rivals ends Celtic 1, Rangers 1.
What a climax. What a climax. Rangers' new manager watched the game from the stand, but his players showed that with a bit of organisation, they are much better than we saw for the best part of this season under the previous manager who's gone now. But of course, Celtic very much on track for the title. They're now 25 points clear of Aberdeen. Rangers have narrowed the gap ever so slightly to 8 points between themselves and the Dons in second. How does Celtic win the title? Well, they need to get to 86 points to be uncatchable. That means if they win at Dens Park next week, they can clinch the title at Tynecastle on April the 2nd. Dens Park and Tynecastle, both of those games are live on Sky Sports.